to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity. Now, justice and judgment, that's what's coming to the so-called white man. Justice is coming to us, and judgment is coming to the so-called white man. You got to know about that too. You got to know who the so-called white man is in the Bible. You know? Yeah, we're going to judge them. Yeah, that's right. And in judging them, yep. And judge.
Yeah, judgment is we're going to bring judgment like those two guys from Florida. We basically kicked them out the camp without no counsel or nothing because there ain't going to be no, that's judgment. And we in a time of swift judgment, man. Right. You know, you got to make swift judgments now. That's right. All right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's a good example. And then it says justice. Now, turn into the so-called white man and judging them, that's justice for us. All right? Because we're going to get our justice by judging them for what they have done to us. So it says to receive the instruction of wisdom and justice. So you have to be instructed to justice. And then it says in judgment, you also have to be instructed to judgment. What gives you that? These scriptures. All right? And equity. To give subtlety to the simple. And you know what the word subtlety means. From the Latin meaning under the web. The simple is our people. In other words, to make our people wise. All right? To give subtlety to the simple. To the young man knowledge and discretion. All right? A wise man, the 5th verse, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Number 6th verse, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. What is that? The scriptures. All right? So
this is what we're going to do. We're going to close it, and we're going into the park today because we didn't want to get in that mess of being pulled over and having our trunks and everything checked and all that and stuck in some goddamn traffic. So we're going to finish this episode in the park.
All right, so we're going to continue on with 2nd Esdras 16. We're at the 32nd verse. You know, this is GMS in transit, and basically what we were doing was when we were on the way down, we were going into how martial law is going to be implemented, and how the scripture in 2nd Esdras 16 shows that these things that are going to be happening. And the reason why there's not going to be any people left in the cities is because when they come, they're going to quarantine some people. Some people they're going to grab them up, put them in concentration camps. Some people they're going to put to death. Some people are going to be hiding. So you ain't like just like when they lock down a city, you don't see anybody. You know. So read that, brother. It's 32nd verse.
2nd Esdras chapter 16 verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms.
Right. So now that verse the brother just read, read that part again, the part where it said they shall travel through.
Oh yes, like it says, because no man shall travel therethrough.
Right. So that, like they show you that in the movie The Road. You know, like when they were going through certain towns and certain cities, you see stuff growing, in the streets, because when you don't, if there's no people living in that particular city,
they showed you that in I Am Legend.
Right, in the movie I Am Legend, they show you that too. They show you how trees and stuff and shrubbery grows in the streets, because basically that's all all the roads are just laid over dirt. So there's still weeds and stuff that's growing up. So when you don't take care of it, you don't have anybody to cut down the grass or whatever, it just grows wild.
That's it. It's like the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands.
Right, and there was another scripture we read earlier dealing with that. I believe it was in Wisdom of Solomon. We were just reading about it. That because it said the bridegroom. Read that part again.
It says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms.
Right. It says the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom, because a lot of these men are going to be drafted into the military, and when they go over there overseas, they're going to get put to death. So the man might get married today, and he might get shipped out tomorrow, and he might get put to death the next day.
Yeah, I'll have to use a quote from Lahab, that devil, he said this many years ago, and if I can find it, I'll put it up. He said they're going to get you, troop, okay? Okay, they're going to get you today, and they're going to get your homeboy tomorrow. But anyway, that's right, because, well, that goes hand in hand with what you said about going in. They're going to throw them over there to the Middle East. You know what I want? Joel, the 2nd chapter, the 20th verse.
Joel 2:20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea.
That's that desert over there in the Middle East. You'll see it on the screen. Go ahead. Nothing but desert, for as far as the eyes can see. Go ahead.
With his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things.
Yeah, the East Sea is the Euphrates, and the utmost sea is the Red Sea. All right.
Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things. Be not afraid, the beasts of the field. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring. For the tree beareth her fruit, and the fig tree and the vine yield their strength. Be glad, ye children of Zion. Be glad, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your power. For he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. And the floors shall be full of wheat, and the fish shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten, the cankerworm and the caterpillar. Oh, 40 and 31. The cankerworm and the caterpillar and the palmer worm, my great army which I send among you, and ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your power.
Yeah, that's talking about us, because we're going to eat and be satisfied. We're going to eat good. We're going to eat real food, and we're going to praise the Most High for it. Because when the Most High sets us up in the kingdom, you're not going to have no nigga walking down the street with his pants sagging off his damn ass, all right? You ain't going to have niggas out there selling drugs. You ain't going to have people out there on drugs, all right? You ain't going to have no hospitals. You ain't going to have women with their ass showing. It's going to be a whole different world. We're going to be living in a real world, not the world that we're living in now. And this world that we're living in now is based on the world of the spiritual demon Satan. If you pan over here to the obelisk, that's why they preserve this, man. They have people that come here at certain times of the day and preserve this thing, man. Make sure it don't fall down. Because that's who they honor. They honor the God of this world. They honor the spiritual demon Satan. So they honor, they have to go back to the origins. They have to go back to the ancient Egyptians. All right, they have to go back to the Canaanites and so forth. All right. Go ahead. You got it, Doc?
Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity.
Yeah, all nations compared to the nation of Israel. All these nations are nothing. See, like these women, Esau could get any woman he wants. He can look like Leave It to Beaver. He can look like the guy on the Mad Magazine guy, and he can get any woman of any nation without lifting up a damn hand, man. because he's in the power seat. And a woman only goes for the power seat. A woman has no power. She follows the power. So the new power is coming into play, which is the children of the Most High and His Son. Go ahead.
To whom then will ye liken the Most High? Or what likeness will you compare unto him? The workman melted the graven image, and the goldsmith spreadeth it over with gold, and casted silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he hath no oblation chooses a tree that will not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Hath it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, and that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in, that bringeth the princes to nothing.
Right. Now, read that part again about the tent and the curtain.
It says,
and then go to Isaiah 54.
All right. It says, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Read that part again about the tent and the curtain.
It says, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Read that one more time.
It says, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
So that's talking about the heavens. And that proves that we're not just going to inhabit the earth, we're going to inhabit these planets, man. And then when you in your private ship, you know, and your chariot, you know, which Esau calls the UFOs, you're going to have a band up in there, man. You're going to have a full band and an orchestra playing music. You ain't going to put a CD, in there, all right? You're going to have an orchestra. Now, you know they showed that? They showed that in the Star Wars series, where they had this guy Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. Now Jabba the Hutt is supposed to be a mutant Israelite, because you notice when he was on that ship, he had a band playing for him on the ship. So that's showing you that this guy Steven Spielberg, he puts Jake in there, but he makes them mutants, man. Like Jar Jar Binks. He actually got a Jake to play Jar Jar Binks. And then he had these group of people. The head guy was, I forget, Big Papa, some shit, big whatever. And they were talking half like a Jake, and they were talking a little bit of Spanish too. Yep, half jive, half nigga talking, half Spanish. So they're showing you that Israel's going to be there, but they're going to be mutants. All right. But that's not the case. That's not the case. We are going to be out of space, but Esau going to be down working for us. Go ahead.
John chapter 14, verse 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not...
And the Father's house is heaven itself. Go ahead.
Are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you...
He ain't going to Beverly Hills. He ain't go out there to Beverly Hills, man. Go ahead.
And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself.
He went to the heavens, so he's up there preparing the heavens for us, for the elect, for really the whole nation of Israel. Go ahead.
I will come again and receive you unto myself.
And how is he going to come? He's coming in the so-called ship. Yep. Go ahead.
That where I am, there you may be also.
Now, where's the Lord right now? He's sitting on the right-hand side of the Father on his throne. Heaven is his throne and earth is his footstool. So his throne is the heavens itself, is space itself. So the Lord is up there really in the third heaven, which is the fourth dimension. All right. But when he comes back, he's going to manifest himself in humanoid form, but a superhumanoid or extraterrestrial. And he's going to let these devils see him, and he's going to let these devils see the angels, and they're going to see and they're going to feel that destruction. Because the fulfillment of that is mentioned in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. When Ezra saw it, he said the ship that the Lord was in was so big that it looked like